I mean, really, I'm super happy that the film is screened again in Taiwan. It's one of the best memory I have from the festivals, really. I've been there and it was one of the greatest time I had and really amazing audience. And I'm super glad that film is screened now again. And I would love to be there with you. That would be the best kind of a sharing and participation from the both sides. But I'm already super happy that it happens like this. And thank you for coming. And thanks for watching the film. So basically, the film or the general idea of how it started, it's the film idea started from the screenwriter, who is Sandro Naveriani, who is also my brother. So he had the story, which was he was writing for several years, and it was kind of he would write, he would put it back, he would kind of restart again. Somehow it took some time until I read it. And when I read it, I proposed him that if it was possible that we could work together for the writing the screenplay. So there was also idea to co-direct, but somehow a screenplay took more my direction in a way how I wanted to tell the story. So he kind of stepped back and said oh sure, let's it becomes more like your film. So I'm already glad to participate into the screenwriting. And so I think that really the story is something that it's very close to reality that I live, which is not only in Georgia but also in Switzerland. Of course, there are different levels of I would say violence against minorities, against this hatred, all this kind of discrimination. It's very different, but I could also see a different forms in different societies, I would say. So I think this is a topic that always was very close to me. I always thought that it's not even that I thought, it's something that I don't even find another way of expressing some stuff that it hurts me or it concerns me or it bothers me. So it's always in the films or in the stories that I write and I make, there is some part of me that I am really personally concerned about. And I think that main thing was for me to make this film that I wanted that, again, we just talk about something that it's not told, it's not spoken up. And I really wanted that this film, in the end, it's kind of also that turns into the act of empowerment, something that it's this representation of the queer community, representation of the young queer people that I always wanted to see in a film that we had a future. So I think that was also for me that this ending of the film, it's something that really giving this feel of empowerment that one day, if we follow something that we dream about, it's possible. So today, there are basically it's the last 15 years that it's changed a lot. And I would say that 15 years ago, there was no visibility at all. So as if queer people, they never existed. So it's the last 15 years it started that people start to kind of come out, but I wouldn't say come out personally, but there were more the spaces, common spaces, some bars and cafes that it started to exist here and there. But today it's even more, but it always exists independently. It's not really attached, or it's not really defended or kind of protected by the government. So it's very, very separate kind of movement, I would say. So it's the Wet Sand was screened in the first day of the Pride Week. So it was also amazing that they selected the film, and it was opening film. And it was really seeing so many people, and it's that they are sharing this story with us. And you feel that there's something going on, but outside of the screening room there were like hundreds of policemen. They just were like protecting us from this like right-wing Christian the right-wing Christian religious communities who are like still now and very violently against of the existence of the minorities. So I wouldn't say that law-wise it's protected. There is anti-discrimination law, of course, but it's just like on a paper. Nothing is really applied on the community right away. It's just like it's said, it's there, but in action and in a reality, it's not really. You don't feel it. So it more stays like it exists. We're together. There are like different places that we gather, but it's still kind of in a majority of society they are still against, very openly and very violent. What I would like that it's always difficult for me to tell to audience what is the message, because I don't really know what I want others to feel. But one thing that I wish, and I kind of the way how I made this film, it's really what I put in it, and not only me, like the entire crew. I think the message is that it's love. It's something that it has the right to exist in any form, if we don't really harm each other. So it's like if you don't hurt somebody else, it's like love. It's something that's it's there and it's always gonna win somehow. So I think for me, it's the message is that just let's learn to live together. Let's learn to understand and embrace each other's diversity. And this is not gonna bring something negative. Contrary, it's gonna bring us so much more of the opportunities and possibilities in our life, that we just know that we are different, they are different, and this is this variety, which I believe that this is kind of the part of our life. We are all different, and we need to just really carry each other's hands and just walk together. In the beginning we had lots of different titles, and we spent, I think, 3 weeks to shoot in this place. So out of 30 days, 20 days we were in this cafe. So it's somehow became really, we really embodied this place. And when I was, we were at the end of the shooting, we were printing the t-shirts for for the crew. And I thought that this is we just spent an entire hour, just 2 months in this place. And it's, of course, it's a wet sand. It's something that you cannot really the title this from differently. And I think that why I titled or gave this name to the cafe was when I was thinking that what would Amnon, what he would give, what kind of name he would give to his place. I was more thinking about on the seaside you often have this very banal kind of names, that seagull in the sky, or a palm on the sand. Really something that it comes from the environment, what you see. So I was thinking that Amnon, he goes out, he just walks on a wet sand, in the morning, and I thought it's something super close to him. He doesn't need to look for something farther, kind of make it something very, the name that it's different, that he doesn't feel. So I thought that the wet sand is something very close to him. So that the wet sand cafe name came from just jumping into the character's kind of mind. And after this film title, it really stayed because it was, you couldn't really go somewhere else. It was very precisely telling you that it has to be wet sand. You cannot call other stuff of film.